What's up, guys? My name's Nathan. I'm going to be doing the Wix tutorial with you today. I figured I could go back and forth with which one to do and which one not to do, but I love Wix and there's reasons for that with the SEO, the customization, and the domain housing. It just makes it really simple to be able to use the platform, which all of it has an all-in-one feature. And in the future, if you guys do need my help with making a landing page or customizing your website or any like tweaks and small fixes you guys want, you can reach out to me and I'll be able to assist you with whatever you need. So that being said, let's get into this video and show you how to use Wix. Once you've made your Wix website, you can go into your settings at the top right here. It's going to say whatever you chose to name it. Mine is the social theory. And you go down to create a new site. And it's going to bring up which platform do you want to use. Editor X is going to be for the experience. So we're going to cover a lot today, and it's not going to be necessarily on how to set up your website, but it's going to be how to use Wix to be able to set up your website in the future videos that I'm going to come out with, just to make it more simple so you're all prepped and ready to go for when we do it. So we're going to click on Wix because it has built-in widgets for you that make it easier to build your website. It's going to give you these prompts that say, what kind of website are you trying to create? I'm going to go, let's see if they have real estate. Yeah, a real estate agency or a real estate landing page. Let's start off with a landing page just to get the gist of what we're trying to learn with this editor. So here I'm going to go ahead and type in real estate super achievers because I know that domain is going to be open. We're going to click next, and then it'll have a couple of templates for you to use. I'm just going to go ahead and skip over this and just start from scratch. Recommend you guys do the same just so you can follow along. And then we are going to use the Wix editor because this is the one that has the widgets. I'm just going to go in here and we're going to go over to blank templates in the top right. And here we go. So this looks like a good blank template to use. I'm going to go ahead and edit it. So as this is loading, you're going to see that it's going to have widgets already implemented into it, and I'll show you how to add and remove and edit all of these widgets. It is important for you to understand this part especially because depending on the browser size of the person who's on your website, you're going to make sure that it's adjustable for the screen size. So it's going to give you this guideline right here, this left to right guideline. As long as everything is majority inside of that guideline, nothing's going to be cut off. Right now it's automatically imported this title and then a couple of subtitles with paragraphs and then a photo. So here you might want to just put in a picture of yourself or a picture of you and your team or your brokerage or whatever it might be. And what we can do is hit change column background, and what Wix has is a bunch of stock photos. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to do luxury real estate. Like I said, you can use a picture of yourself or your headshot or your team. For this example, though, I'm just going to go in and do a luxury real estate. Sorry. And we are going to just use something that's like a really pretty house. So let's go with this luxurious home right here. It's got a clean picture, and I'm going to use this photo to kind of, design my whole website with whatever color scheme it has in it just to make it simple. And then over here in the text, we are going to say real estate with your name, right? And then down below it, we're going to make this box a little bit bigger so it's just on 2 lines. And then we are going to backspace that and enter it so it looks nice and pretty. A subtitle. Find your luxury real estate with me. Okay. Now what we want to do is focus on these two things for now. Your heading 1, this is important. Your heading 1 is going to be the most important data that Google is going to crawl. So if you have real estate with your name, if somebody searches your name because you got referred to them, they'll be able to find your webpage this way. And what we want to do here is change our fonts to the ones from your brand package that you've already created, right? So what we're going to do is do let's say Lulo Clean was your header font for your brand package, and I'm going to go and make this a little bit longer just so we're on 2 lines because that's a good look. And then what you can do is change the color, you can highlight the outside of it, you can add an effect, and it's all right here inside of the text settings. And when you're done editing your first header, your first heading, you want to save that theme. So next time that you go and do a heading in a block below, which I'll get to, it will automatically update it to Lulo, and then it will have the right font size and color, so everything stays nice and consistent throughout your entire website. And we'll leave it with black right now, and we're going to want it to make sure it's heading 1, and then I'll just add an effect so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. We'll do a drop shadow on it so it has that depth and it stands out a little bit more. And then find your luxury real estate with, my name. We'll do this on one line, just so it looks nice and clean. And we'll move it just a little bit closer. And then see it down here, it says you dragged an element outside the grid line. Some of your visitors won't be able to see it. That's referring to the browser dimensions of whoever's on your website. And it's okay, you're just a little bit outside the box. What Wix is going to do is basically format the guidelines here to whatever browser side, so it'll shrink it or grow it based on, and it'll do that for all of your heading 1 or heading 2, so everything still is the same size. It's very helpful. And we want this to be your sub font, and let's just do impact. And we will go in here and we'll save theme for heading 1, and see it says update your theme. It's going to save changes to all of them like I said before. Same thing with heading 2. We are going to save theme, change this to heading 2, and I'm going to have to change that back to impact, and then save theme, update. For our paragraph, we'll line that up to the left, and we're going to do the width of our subheading, which is find your luxury real estate, my name. And just to make this look a little bit nicer, we'll throw in a line. And then here, you're just going to edit this and say a little bit about yourself, what you do, who you are, and how you can help. Hit those points. Make sure what you say is going to resonate with the client. So put yourself in their shoes and understand that they might need help finding something with a pool, or they might need finding something that has some automated tasks within the home, whether it's AC or heating or automatic blinds, or just things that are going to make their lives easier. Remember, we are in luxury real estate with this example, so things to that effect that are going to relate to what they're looking for. And then down below, we have a button that's been put in here for us just as an automatic widget. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller with the height, and the picture readjusts, so we don't have to worry about that. And this contact, so we're going to change this to learn more. And then what we want to do is change the design and go down to customize design to change our fill. And what you want to do here is make this color something that is going to be consistent across the board for when people are just trying to learn more about you, right? They're not here to fill out a form yet. They're just on it to be like, okay, I'm going to go read a little bit more about the agent and their team and what they do, maybe some past client testimonials and whatnot, where you can put those on the About Us page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this one as like a nice blue color just to match the theme. And then I want to go in to my text under the same design, and we'll change this to our heading 2, right? So it's a little bit big, a little bit too big for our size that we want it, which we can change the size as well. So what I would do here is I would just leave this just a little bit bigger than the width of the actual text. Like I said, customize design, and we're going to go to text, and we're going to change this to like 35 and hit enter, just so the text is a little bit smaller. It's not going to change my other heading 2 because we did not save the theme. So you can still edit your headings. This is just a fast way to be able to not have to go in and change everything back to that impact font and have to resize everything all over again. And then with this box, what I want to do is maybe put like a border on it just so it's a little bit more clear. Maybe the border width is a little bit thicker, and maybe the color is going to be something contrasty. I mean, I like the black and the grays are fine for this. And people will be able to just click learn more, and then it will be linked right here to a page, and we want that page to be the about page. So what Wix has done for us here is gotten basically our main pages set up. So we have our home, we have our services, we have our about, and our contact. And what we're going to do is link this to our about. So when people click learn more, and here I'll hit the preview mode up in the top right here so we can see what clients are seeing. When we hit learn more, it will go to our about. Now this hasn't been set up yet, but we will get to that. And now we're going to go back to the editor, and we're going to add a section. Now what's great about this is Wix already has all these pre-built widgets for you to add a section to, right? So let's say you want to do services. Let's say you're doing, maybe they're a buyer, maybe they are a seller, or maybe they're just looking to get more information about the market. Okay, so we can click on let's just do this top one right here. It's a little bit different from the rest of our layout up top, but it's okay because this is a different section and we want to break up the page so people are kind of saying, okay, so this is the small about us and now we're on to services. We want them to be able to decipher what they're reading. And we're just going to center all of this text because that'll break up the page nicely. So we're going to go in here and we'll center it within its text box. So you'll see that you'll need to move this slider all the way to the right of the border and then to the left of the border, and this services will automatically be centered. We will do the same for this text. And what we're going to do is just go in, highlight everything, click on it a couple of times, or just go in and highlight it. And we're going to go to paragraph 1, which is a little bit bigger. And then we want just our basic paragraph font. So let's do one that's a nice, Lato Light is a great paragraph font to use. It's easy to read and it's very sleek. And then we're going to move this box up a little bit, and like I said before, all of these things inside of the box, all these elements inside of the box are going to stay with the background strip. And you can see this is your strip and it highlights the whole area. So if you want to move this up or down, it'll grab everything and keep everything aligned really well. But if you want to go in and adjust these actual images and the text, super easy to do. So we'll go in here and we'll go change image for this one specifically, and we're gonna go buying a house, right? So maybe we'll find somebody handing off keys or like showing a home. Like this one looks nice, right? It's got a beautiful image of a luxury home with people in it. So we're going to, since the width of the image was a little bit smaller than the actual image itself, we're just gonna crop it, hit enter, and now it'll place it. Service name, we'll go down and we'll say looking to buy, question mark. And then we're going to go with our heading 3 on this. So what's important to know about headings is you kind of want to do this from top to bottom in terms of what heading you are using. So at the very top, we used our heading 1 because that is the first most important thing that Google's going to use to figure out what business you are, who you are, and how to pull you up in searches. And then our header 2 is find your luxury real estate, which is maybe if somebody searches luxury real estate Boise with the address you have on the back end of your website, which we'll get to all of that later, Google's going to be able to know that you're located in Boise, know that the person who is looking in Boise, and then luxury real estate, combine that information and pull you up into a search, right? So that is kind of the order. So as we go lower and lower, like services will be a heading 2 because we want to use that for it's not the most important one, right? Services is going to be a subheading. We want to use that for our different titles that we're going to be using as we get deeper and deeper into our web page. So we'll have services, and then we'll have an about us, and we'll have testimonials, and all of this is going to show as more important than the rest of the text on the web page. So now you're going to describe your services and and what you've done to help clients in the past, right? So We can do looking to buy, and then we'll go looking to sell on this one. So what we're going to want to do here is go in and hit heading 3. So it's the same size. And what we have here inside of this widget is a repeater. So basically everything you do to the adjustments of your text is going to follow through with the following 3 services. So when I type in looking to buy or looking to sell, it will have the same font size, it's going to have the same font color, and it's going to be the same typography. And then we'll go over here and we'll go more information. And this one I'm just going to delete because we don't really need it. So what I'll go is I'll go into my repeater, which is on top of my strip. That's how this is layered. Go strip, repeater, and then images, box, text, right? So I'll go manage items, item 4, I don't want it. So I'll go I'll go over here and I'll hit delete. So it'll resize the 3 services that I do have automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. And then what I want to do here is go up to this plus button so people can find more information about looking to buy, looking to sell, and more information. I'm going to go down to button, and I'm going to go to these themed buttons because they're a little bit easier to keep themed. And then I'm going to drag this box down to make room for my button. And you can see how the repeater adjusts the sizes for everything. And then I'm going to make it that same color that I did with the learn more, because what are they doing? They are learning more, right? So we'll go customize design, and we'll go background fills, and we'll do that same exact color that we did up there with the same stroke that we had on it before. So border, we're going to go style is just solid line, and I think we did 3 pixels above. So we'll do 3 pixels down here as well. And then we want to make sure that that color is actually black like we did above and not blue. So I believe we did this gray. So now we have a cohesive website. Everything's got the same typography, everything's got the same fonts, and the same color scheme. What we want to do for these buttons is we will link them to a page later on that is going to be our for buyers page, for sellers page, and then people just looking for more information. What I like to do is change the more information, maybe not change more information, but have another area where more information is available, and this will lead them to a form where they can fill out and maybe contact you or schedule a call or figure out kind of how they want to work with you, right? We want to give them that opportunity to be able to say, you know what, I do like this person. I'm going to give them my information via the form. And once that form is submitted, it gets sent directly to your inbox, and then you can reach out and contact them. Add a section, and maybe we want to do a testimonial right here. So we'll go in and we'll just pick a nice format for a testimonial. And this one looks good. It's wide. It changes it up for the width, so you know you're in a different section. And another cool part is we're going to take services, control copy, control paste, and we're going to move it right down to this section. And we're going to grab this strip and we're going to move it down a little bit like that, just to create the space and be able to show that we are now in a different section of your website. And now we're going to type in testimonials. What I like to do is go in here and make sure that we are on a paragraph font or a quote font. Some of them will have quotes, some of them won't. So you can use a paragraph, or you could even use a heading 6. It's not going to make much of a difference when we're that low into the categories of headings and paragraphs. So now our testimonials are all done. It was super easy to set up. All you have to do is change the names and then what the people said to you. And it's the same exact text like we did before. You just want to make sure you save a theme with whatever body font you're using, so it updates your other heading 6s or paragraph 2s or whatever you're using there. And then add a section, and we're going to go to forms. And what we're going to want to do is go over to a contact, because that's where our forms are. And let's say you're going to do the full brokerage here. So you'll go in here, you'll manage the location, and we're going to type in Boise, Idaho. Oops, we'll type in Boise, Idaho, but you'll use your actual address. And it is important to add a title and a description, because this is what is going to fulfill your maps description on Google. So think of everything linking to itself. Google Maps is going to use your maps on Wix to understand where your location is. And when you do Google My Business, which is going to be another video, it's going to be able to say, okay, your address is the same exact on Google My Business as it is on your website, which makes it very clear to Google of where you are located and how people are going to find you. So this will be your Keller Williams real estate brokerage. And then you'll do a quick description of saying what you do. This is basically a blurb of an about us, but doing the entire brokerage for it, right? And then in here, you'll do the same thing. You're going to change it to match exactly the way that you put into your maps. And then you'll put your phone number and then all of your links and then when you are available. Your opening hours is important because this should match everything that you have on Google My Business as well. You're going to want to match up your hours exactly the same because any discrepancy with Google and your website is going to create a little chaos between what Google thinks it knows about you. So we want them to match perfectly so they understand that, hey, their hours are the same on Google My Business as they're on their website, and it's not having to overthink or put you lower on a list of keywords or information because you messed up your hours, right? Everything's very technical. Everything needs to be very specific. But if you do it right the first time, you're going to be golden, okay? And now you have your homepage set up. People can go in and do a contact us. And what I would do here is I would add a form right below it. So they can call you, they have your address, they can visit you, or they can email you. But what we want to do is an actual form for them to be able to fill out. If we go over to the plus button again, and we go to contact and forms, a nice contact form that they can fill out, depending on which one you want. Let's just do this yellow one, just so it stands out a little bit. And it popped up here, so we'll just drag this down. Super easy, click and drag. And we're going to just lay it there for now and then expand our section here, our contact section. And it is a little annoying that you have to just do it in these bits and pieces, but once you have it laid out correctly, it makes it a lot easier. And I will take this and we'll drop it right below. This will be a nice picture of yourself. And then a text that is going to basically show what you're or who they're contacting. So your name, whatever it is. I would put a real estate specialist or your title at your brokerage partner, whatever it is, and then you can edit these. So if you don't need a shipping address, you just highlight it, delete it, and then delete all this stuff because you don't need color or size or accept the terms or conditions. So what we'll do here is we will copy this email field and we'll paste it, and we'll go down here and we'll go to description. A service that they need. You know, maybe they want to tell you a little about what they're looking for. Just some more information for when you're ready for that phone call or that email, that you're going to be able to prepare yourself for what they are talking about. Also, you know, make this look pretty. So just expand it, center it, and then adjust everything inside so it looks all nice and good to go. And then change the order now settings. And instead of order now, we are going to go to submit. And then thank you for your contact info. We will reach out shortly. Have a great day. So that is our first class on developing our Wix website. I am going to continue working on this website and bring in other websites to show examples of what to do in certain situations, whether it's collecting more information from a client or directing them to a landing page where they can check out a relocation packet or a buyer's guide and whatnot. If you guys have questions when you're building your website, let me know, and I'm more than happy to hop on a phone call or a Zoom and we can kind of work through it together to figure out what you need. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're going to be continuing on all this course material in the future. So have a good week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.